It's time for a worldwide march against Bilderberg. It's time for people all over the planet to expose this criminal group for what it is, a group of globalists hell-bent on bringing in a corporate world tyranny. Now the Bilderberg Group has been stifling and attempting to block the press, and that's why it's time for the media to resist worldwide and to expose this organization. And it's time for people in the United States, the UK, and Europe, or whoever else in the world can get to Watford, England, to go there and cover the police state and the giant iron curtain at taxpayer expense that they're erecting around it. We need to use their arrogance as a way to boomerang the truth around. We need to use their attempt to cover up Bilderberg 2013 and their attempt to block and harass the press as a way to expose what tyrants they really are. So if you support the free press and the right of assembly, it is your duty to descend on Watford, England, and the Grove Hotel and to expose the incredible attempted persecution of the press and free speech. We are going to expose their cover-up. We're going to uncover their cover-up. This is now a historic moment happening. The people of the world will march on Watford, England. These bullies have tried to stop us, and so it's time for everybody to double down and double down again. It's the World March against Bilderberg 2013, and it starts now. Don't wait until they're actually meeting. They've already got their goons in place. Go there and show how the police have put the entire area of Watford and that county under martial law. We the people outnumber the criminals and the police that they own. This is the peaceful revolution of exposure against Bilderberg 2013. The people will no longer be pushed around. Do you support press freedom? Do you support the First Amendment, the right to assemble? Do you support Magna Carta, the basis of that from jolly old England? Well, if you do support that, you had better listen to what I'm about to say. Ladies and gentlemen, there has been incredible intimidation of the press, arrest of whistleblowers in England and the U.S., and of people in the media that are talking to them. We have a criminal government. And when the British government and others, at the behest of criminals like Bilderberg, can call the hotel where I registered 6 different rooms under different members of my crew's names, if they can call up and cancel that on orders of the security services, it's a tyranny. And they're doing that so that the press cannot come and cover the hotel in the days before they shut it down. This isn't that they're canceling our reservations during the meeting. They're canceling them now in the days leading up to it. And they called Paul Watson, Richard Reeves. I was able to tape some of these conversations. You're about to see those. But I'm calling on everyone worldwide that loves freedom and who wants to stand up against this to go to that area northwest of London and to cover it and to put it on their own YouTubes, their own blogs, and expose the mainstream media that has been saying this doesn't exist, and expose that Google and all these groups that are spying on us illegally on record don't want the real citizen press to go expose that they're a bunch of globalists meeting in secret, carving up the world. This is a big victory for liberty, though, that they're having to do this. They're showing us what tyrants they are, but this is a call to action. And we're going to have maps, everything, regardless, even if they keep me out of England. We will be covering all of this with our reporters on the ground. This is going to be historic. The tyrants have overplayed their hand, and they're erecting a ring of steel. It's all coming up in the special video report. I came in this morning to handle a hack attack, and we've confirmed they went in to the database, very sophisticated, erased it. We had backups ready. We're able to get it back up. We're looking for the security hole. I was already up here at 8, 9 in the morning on a Saturday dealing with this, ladies and gentlemen. And they do not want us to cover this because they don't want to be exposed as the puppet masters. They want you to be angry at the puppet Obama and the puppet David Cameron. They don't want you to be aware of the larger picture. So no matter if you're conservative, liberal, libertarian, anarchist, Christian, atheist, whatever you are, black, white, old, young, you need to go to northwest of London in the next week and show your presence and tell the police and the rest of them you have a right as a free human to expose the New World Order. This is a big deal. We got an article going up at Infowars.com by Paul Watson. They also called him. We've got the names, all of it. Here is these exchanges as they played out just about an hour ago here at my office.
Let's see. We'll find out.
Put it down on the ground.
Good afternoon, the guys. Lori speaking. Have my direct call.
Yes, Lord. My name is Richard Reeves, and do you have a gentleman named Jonathan Brown working there?
No, we don't. What is it regarding?
Well, I just got a call from somebody said they worked there at the Grove. They were one of the managers at the Grove and said that my reservation's been canceled.
Okay, just a second.
Thank you.
Yeah, get it documented. Because they did this, remember, last year in Chantilly, they canceled our reservation when I got there. Remember, and they had the cops there?
Right.
And again, what did he say to you?
He just basically said that, Mr. Reeves, I'm sorry, we're going to have to cancel your reservation, that we have this high security event coming up in a few days that I'm sure you're aware of, and that for that reason that we're canceling both of your room reservations that you've made.
And we were booked before it started. They were kicking everybody out a day and a half before.
Right. We're getting there, well, I'm getting there actually there tomorrow. And
you actually came in the room. I talked to him. I caught some of it, but I was unable to get to my phone to tape it. He said, well, we've been advised. And I said, by who? By the G4S, private security? He said, well, we're not going to say.
Right. He wouldn't say who advised him, but he did say at least more than once that they had been advised.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you mind if I take a message and I'll just ask somebody to give you a call back?
Well, ma'am, let's just do it this way because I'm coming with Mr. Reeves. Can you tell us about our reservation? Then I guess it might have been a prank call.
No, I'm afraid I don't have access to the reservation system. But if you got a message from somebody, I can just ask them to give you a call back.
Oh, no, that's okay. Just put us through to the front desk then.
Okay, just a second.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now they're going to say the Grove Hotel doesn't exist. Again, folks, that's what they have at the Grove Hotel, the transhumanist statue of the skeleton climbing out of the water being turned into a robot. And our current issue of the magazine covers all this. We're going to have live Bilderberg coverage regardless. David Icke's going, Paul Watson's going. They may try to stop me from getting into England. Infowars.com/Bilderberg has all the live feeds, everything on it. Get that link out to everybody. By the way, on Monday, we're going to send out at Infowars.com/newsletter the free e-copy of this to everybody, and it's got live links in it and everything with all of the most important info on how it's Googleberg, how they're merging Google with Bilderberg. It's very, very important. So sign up there at Infowars.com/newsletter if you want to have that sent out to you on Monday.
I guess now we can see how long they're going to leave us on hold. Hopefully it won't be too long.
Yeah, again, Richard, you just need to get it on record. And we have to tape another one. You just call Grove. You say, oh, hi, I'm here about my reservations. You see, they don't even want to give us a record of it. That's the thing. Because I was like, you still have them on the phone. I was like, well, sir, just give us a record. Are you going to help us get another hotel? Which they did when they kicked us out when we came to check in at the Marriott. Right. They said, we booked this for you. And they even paid for a night.
That's right.
But and then he also said, enjoy your stay in England, which I think is a little tell that they're planning to not, let me in. Okay, I want you to get me all the Grove's phone numbers. I'm going to put them up on Infowars.com because they are absolutely just this is egregious. They've had the cops calling us, saying, oh yes, you're going to have your free speech honored and all this. And again, they act like we, the people, have done something wrong. That's what I said to him. I said, we're press. You know who we are.
Right.
We have no criminal record.
Yes.
Are you holding to speak with Mr. Brown?
Yes, I am.
Yes, ma'am.
Brown is not available at the moment, so can anybody help at all?
Yes, sir. We have reservations. It's Richard Reeves. We had reservations set there, and we're just making sure it's not a prank call. Someone called and said your reservation has been canceled, and they basically wouldn't give us details and hung up. So we wanted to call the main number and make sure that we were correct that our reservation had been canceled. It's for Richard Reeves.
Yes, there's no reservations for you, Mr. Reeves.
Okay, but those reservations were there. Why were they canceled? We have the confirmation number.
I'm sorry about that, but I don't have those details, so I can't confirm that we don't have those bookings. Those have been canceled.
Okay, so you canceled our. Well, why was it canceled?
I have no idea, Mr. Reeves. I'm going to have to hold you for a moment.
I need to speak to your manager, please. Thank you. Man, I wish we'd have got that guy on tape.
Well, at least we're getting this. So we'll have something. Plus, I can email and see about getting an email.
But, think about it. Google spies on you. It's in with the NSA, CIA, British intelligence, on record, mainstream news. We cover it in this issue. They're meeting there now and after. Google, they've like encamped. They're building a steel cage around a multi-thousand-acre thing. We have the maps on Infowars.com the police put out, where they say no one's allowed to be pedestrians on the road. Local citizens will have to show their papers to get to their houses. It's a farming area. All because press wants to come cover something that doesn't exist, according to the New York Times.
Well, the New World Order is not coming.
Do you have a contact number?
Yes, my contact number is US.
I mean, hold on. No, when you say we have a contact number, we called the number back that we were called by someone. What was his name, Richard?
Jonathan Brown.
Jonathan Brown, and I'm a syndicated radio host. This is going to be in the newspapers.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. We got what we believe might be a prank call earlier saying that our reservations had been canceled. We called back, and we're speaking to the gentleman, and he hung up again. It's a reservation for 2 rooms under Richard Reeves.
Okay, just a second.
I need you to go book us some more rooms before you go at another hotel, or we can do it.
I've got a layover in Houston. I can book it. In the layover.
All right.
Over there.
This is unbelievable.
Can I take your contact number and let me get somebody to call you back?
Well, here's the issue. It's Richard Reeves and Alex Jones. We'd like to speak to the gentleman that called up and said that he canceled us.
Can I take your number?
Will someone really call me back?
Well, I take your details and I pass the message on to the relevant party.
Okay, well, who is this? Because I need a statement for the newspapers.
Mr. Reeves, if you leave me a telephone number, sir, I would get the right person to call you.
Yeah, well, you're talking to Richard Reeves and Alex Jones, yes.
Okay, may I pass this message on to the right person, sir? Thank you.
Okay, can I speak to your manager, please?
The manager's not available, Mr. Reeves. I'll get him to call you back when he is.
Is the manager Jonathan Brown?
Indeed, sir.
It is? Okay.
So it was Jonathan Brown that called us and said that we were canceled on advice from security, and so I need that in writing.
Okay, I don't know the conversation that you had and if it was, but I will pass this message on to the right party. Thank you, Mr. Reeves. I'll get somebody to call you back.
All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. The manager. Now we know who he is. He wouldn't even say who he was, Richard.
Well, that guy didn't want to say who he was.
No. But I'm saying
Jonathan Brown.
Jonathan Brown said he was the head manager.
Well, when Jonathan Brown called, he said, "I am Jonathan Brown."
No, I know, but he never said he was the manager. We were asking who he was.
He said he was a manager of some type. I don't recall the prefix.
But I mean, they're the globalists, and then they act like we're criminals.
Right, exactly.
And then they're setting up martial law all around it. And of course, I'm just using their political correctness against them. I mean, imagine if we were, Muslims or somebody, and we were being kicked out of the hotel for no reason. I mean, I have no criminal record. I've done nothing wrong. I'm going to cover a group they say doesn't exist. And what was it, like $1,000 a night to stay there anyways?
Right. It was. They had rooms even more than that, but right. They had a room about $1,000 a night, and just a normal room was about $300 or $400, $500 a night.
And we were just going for a few days before the thing kicks off to be able to document what was happening. And now that will not be the case. Well, we have ways of responding to this. So I'm just going to send all reporters in the UK, I want you all to now descend on this venue, that operates and it's open to the public. Say you're going to the restaurant. Very evil. Go in and buy some food there. Go in and patronize them.
Well, tomorrow I should have an opportunity to go ask Jonathan Brown. I should be able to get Jonathan Brown in person tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have an opportunity tomorrow to visit with Jonathan Brown, and we'll see if we can get
Absolutely. I want you to go in there, shoot live stream, everything. Infowars.com/Bilderberg for all the coverage.
There we go.
All right, Richard, good job. I hope they even let you into England. We'll find out.
All right.
You're the test guinea pig. I come after you.
All
You're
right.
the advanced man. First to go, last to know. So everybody say a prayer for Richard Reeves.
Say a prayer for all of us, folks.
We have tracked them from Canada to England, from France to Switzerland. And the world now knows that there are men behind the curtain pulling the strings, and that our politicians are little more than puppets. But the puppet masters wish to remain in the dark. That's why they stifle and persecute the press. But now the press and the free people of the world will strike back. All right, folks, last part of this video for now. It's a couple clips because they kept hanging up on us. You and I were here because Infowars was having a problem on Saturday morning. We both got up here about 8 a.m. Richard shows up at about 9 to get ready to leave to go catch his flight at the airport down the street. We could place bets on whether they're even going to let him in the country. I mean, it is incredible. And the reason I'm talking to you is I was walking out. You said, "Oh yeah, I heard the whole conversation." The first one we were unable to tape, and I was telling him, I'm taping this. I was grabbing my phone, but turned out it was like out of memory. I had to erase some memory before we called him back. But just incredible. Tell folks what you heard the manager say.
The manager was he said he had to cancel the reservations, but there was no, when we were asking why, there was no reason given. I can't say. Security advised me that we should cancel the reservations, and then we got his name, and then we kept asking for questions.
And it's whatever security says. Like they're going to have, now they're reporting millions of pounds. That's like $4 million, basically. They're talking about like 2.5 million pounds, whatever that comes out to, just to put the ring of steel up in security around a multi-thousand-acre facility. They're putting up steel barricades for a non-existent event that has no power, and the taxpayers are paying for it. Yeah. Well, here's the deal. And again, I came up here early this morning when the website was down, and I was going to go exercise. I'm a little disheveled, but go ahead. I'm going to say some stuff to folks out there. Ladies and gentlemen, now is the time. I was just going as press to cover this. There's always some demonstrators. Everyone in Europe, everyone in the UK has to forward this video to everybody they know. People all over the world, send it to people you know in Europe and the UK. Everyone must go there as citizen journalists and just show this event for what it is. This is going to totally backfire on them. If they acted cool, like they've done in Canada and Chantilly, and just had some police, and people have a protest, there's media coverage, alternative media covers it, it'd be in a few foreign newspapers. It's already in newspapers everywhere. You idiots. I mean, you want to have your criminal smoky room meeting, but you've had all this lapdog media for decades say you don't exist and there's no globalism. These are the people getting your banker bailout money. These are the people spying on you at Google who's at the meeting, feeding it into the NSA and all the rest of it. These are the people. And then all we want to do as citizens is go videotape it and cover it. When I've had the New York Times say I'm crazy and Nightline and say this doesn't exist, and you guys have just screwed the pooch. We've already won. The only question is, how big is this victory going to be? Ladies and gentlemen, this is big. This is the year Bilderberg is politically exposed forever because of their own arrogance. Everyone. I've got crew getting on airplanes. I've got crew coming in from Europe. I've got crew coming in from America. They're not stopping the signal. We're going to cover the cover-up. Just like they've done on Fast and Furious and the IRS scandal, everything else, and how this is the group that funded the Arab Spring. They brag in newspapers that they had meetings at this hotel with the Google group planning the Arab Spring to put Al-Qaeda in charge. And now that's mainstream news, and now Rand Paul's talking about it. Oh, you don't like it? Everybody knows you run Al-Qaeda now. And you got the cops out there trying to block us and the private security from going there and covering it days before it starts to show the hotel. Too late. I already sent Watson in weeks ago. We already got high-def footage of everything. You're not stopping jack squat. Liberty is rising. So keep acting like thugs. The best way to bring down a tyrant is make them act like the tyrant they are. Whew. We're going to clip these together because there's several different clips here with this. Oh, man. Tim Frugier, anything else you'd like to add about, do you agree with me on this?
Yeah, I was kind of saying this is in a way the first victory of Bilderberg because, come on, they called and canceled the day Richard's flying out. They're going to call and cancel the reservations and then not give a reason why other than security advised them. Just insane. Victory number one, in my opinion.
Well, it happened last year. I show up at Chantilly and the cops are there.
Yeah.
Acting like I was a criminal. And then, I forgot. This is on video. You can go to last year's coverage of it on YouTube. Then they send the head cop to the hotel we got down the street. We caught him going, is there any trouble? You want to throw him out of here? And then he told the hotel shuttle that I was tipping not to give us a ride down the street because they wouldn't let anybody park around there. So we just started walking and I got some exercise I needed, the half mile. You didn't stop jack crap. And that's it. I'm putting the call out everywhere. Every hill and mountain, every valley. You go to Watford, just northwest of London, everyone. And folks, David Icke's coming to give a speech. He can get 6,000 people out. Your attempt to stop this, now everybody's got a duty to go. And I'll be there in spirit, even if they try to block me getting on the plane. Or they may be jerks, let me get there and turn me back. Great, act like thugs. You'll stop nothing. Everybody get this video out to everyone you know. Unbelievable. You think they like that cover? Royalty, corporate chiefs, politicians, the heads of Google and Facebook, they all attend. And then they have your taxpayer money pay for the security against the public as if we are terrorists. If you can't physically go to England to confront this tyranny, then you need to use Facebook, Twitter, and other globalist platforms like YouTube to spread the word so that others go and so that the corporate press is forced to report on this. They don't want the light of exposure on them, so let's turn up the heat. Let's intensify that light 100%.